It isn't often you see a grown man climbing trees in Pocatello, but for George Simmons, it's all part of the job that started as a boyhood love of the outdoors. It has also fostered his love of wild animals, and recently he's taken that love to an extreme. George Simmons found a career through his childhood love of climbing trees, but that isn't all he found up in the branches.
When I find babies in the trees, I can't let them starve to death. I got to take them home and feed them. So I take everything home.
He's rescued squirrels, birds, even a beaver. But what he's known for is this 50-pound fluff ball, appropriately named coons.
Well, they were trapping the mamas. They were trapping them out to build a house, and they had, well, there were 3 litters that we ended up with. We rescued them. They were all the way from about 3 days old, 4 days old, all the way to about 8 weeks old. But she was only a couple days old, and I thought she was dead, actually. So I put her in my pocket because there's some little kids there playing with the rest of them. And this is what happened.
George was able to rehab and eventually release all the others back into the wild, but Coons was too attached.
Well, coons usually get mean at about a year old. It's really easy to raise coons and turn them back in the wild. That's where they should be. She has to sleep with me. She won't eat unless I give it to her. She has to go everywhere with me. She's my baby.
Coons eats mostly vegetables, but loves potato chips and has a thing for iced tea.
Sweet tea, yep. She loves Arizona sweet tea.
Coons is now 3 years old and goes just about everywhere with George. But the notoriety is not something George is used to.
Crawl up there. If she wants to eat in the middle of the night, she'll get up there and crawl up there and sit on my head, and we'll have to walk down to the store. Some of them think it's cool. Some of them think I'm crazy. She definitely draws attention, though.
Davy Crockett may have made the coonskin cap famous, but he's got nothing on George and his pal Coons. Davy Crockett. George has tried to release Coons into the wild, but hasn't been successful. Because of her rare situation, she's currently the only microchipped raccoon in the state and is registered and regularly taken to the veterinarian. George has a big heart for the animals he rescues, but he tries to release them and does not recommend raccoons or wild animals as pets.